still shouting. Post-pandemic, following the yellow brick road back to our new normal, the new world. Or do darker times still lie ahead? What have you learnt about yourself over the pandemic, and what do you think you might take from that going forward? Maybe you have enjoyed the wind change of the new world. What can you see? Is the grass greener post-pandemic and you feel free? Please like, subscribe, comment below. Of all the places I could have gone post-pandemic, I decided a trip to Greggs the bakery was in order. Simple pleasures, and I wrote this rather strange poem, warning adult content. Oh, Belgian buns, I love you so, with your soft, comforting dough. But your fats and sugars mean I really should say no. But your tempting cherry beckons a tweak. Your sugar icing makes me weak. I try to go by and not go in, but Belgian bun, you are my biggest sin. I get that urge, it's as though you scream, take me now, or there's that one with cream. I step outside the shop, and you have your deliciously wicked wet cherries, cinnamon, sultanas, leopard. I love the Belgian bun from my pod. The royal family. Equally strange, I wrote a poem for Prince George. One extreme to the next. Over the pandemic, we had our imaginations. This was me a couple of months ago, sight reading a poem I'd literally just written.
It's been reported that his grandfather and heir to the throne, Prince Charles, had himself suffered with coronavirus. So this Prince George is for you. Little Prince George stands at the edge of the door, glances behind him, then looks down at the floor. Hush, hush, keep your hands clean. The future King Grandad is in quarantine. At first it was good to be kept off school. George is far advanced and nobody's fault. But Prince George missed out a party the day he turned 8. Oh, and he's seen everything on CBeebies and Joe, mate.
Throughout the pandemic, Joe Wicks was an exercise guru that every housewife, child, was obliged to watch every morning.
But it's easier now, they've stopped changing the guard. Little Prince George stands at the end of the drive. He likes being out there, he feels more alive. Hush, hush, don't get too near. Catherine is shedding a tear.
I'm referring to, of course, the Duchess of Cambridge, rather familiar there, calling her Catherine.
It's just sweatpants he wears. William no longer shaves and works up his frustration by just playing FIFA on his PlayStation.
And so my epic poem continued, resulting in Prince George running away. Ironically, I wrote this a couple of weeks before, Prince Harry ran away.
I don't care, it must be wine o'clock, someplace, somewhere. Little Prince George runs to the end of the street. He's fast and he's nimble, there's wings on his feet. Hush, hush, this is the day Prince George runs away. The playground is near, but he sees it's deserted. It's been that way ever since they were alerted to dangers the scientists identified of sharing a roundabout, swing or slide. But there's nowhere to go, and there's no one to see. He hopes this will be the end, but there's no guarantee. Little Prince George walks up the path to his house. Though he just loved to scream, he's as quiet as a mouse.
Yes, it's true. As lockdown eased over August, my highlight was a trip to Greggs. Tell a Lie also had an essential trip to the Skip as lockdown was easing. Rules at every junction of the Skip. Tried a date night. Lots of rules to process there. And to be honest, a rather shabby dinner. Oh, tell a lie. I also had a trip to the JR, who managed to inject my tummy to stop me having a DVT, which was infected for several weeks afterwards, and spent much of the lockdown like this. Tell a lie, I did actually spend 3 weeks of the pandemic in the community hospital, but that's a whole different video altogether, and I need a production team to mount that one. So August 2020, Didcot, Oxfordshire, United Kingdom, an example of many of the signs I filmed here, warning us all of the dangers of coronavirus, and I needed to go to a dentist and had toothache.
Please do not enter the practice. For the safety of you and others, please observe social distancing.
So there are lots of worried-looking people hanging around in the car park with masks on, waiting for their dental appointment. Exits are separate from entrances here. But people are coming out looking very happy. Elderly, disabled, children and adults alike are all greeted by a health professional in full PPE get-up, personal protective equipment, the apron, the gloves, the face shield, the mask, and beckoned forth to see the dentist. I was actually very pleasantly surprised. After the dentist.
I quite like this mask look, actually. I might adopt it permanently. Well, who would have thought it had the best dental appointment I've ever had? I was in and out in about a minute and a half, shoved a filling in and off I went. The least stressful dental appointment I've ever had. Nobody lectured me about flossing. Nobody told me where I'm not cleaning my teeth. They just did the filling and
So the dentist in the new world. To contact me, please telephone 07710 474848. 07710 474848. I'm looking for events to perform my poems. I'm also looking for opportunities to perform, write and develop my craft. Please do get in contact. Please like, subscribe and comment below depending on which social media you're viewing this on. As they say,